Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Jane Ipaladin from Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Social Studies. For today's video, we will explore the Singapore's tradition, clothing, language, cuisine, music, social habits, and their religion. Let's go! Singapore is a wealthy state in Southeast Asia. Once a British colonial trading post, today it is a thriving global financial hub and described as one of Asia's economic tigers. It is also renowned for its conservatism and strict local laws, and the country prides itself on its stability and security. Singapore is a sunny, tropical island in Southeast Asia of the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula. Singapore is a city, a nation, and a state. Singapore, known variously as the Lion City or Garden City, the latter for its many parks and tree-lined streets, has also been called Instant Asia because it offers the tourist an expedition glimpse into the cultures brought to it by immigrants from all parts of Asia. Education. For a city-state with little resources, education has become instrumental for the citizens to have a future. Singaporeans hold the idea of learning very highly, with percent sending kids to supplementary training classes very early on to ensure their kids make it to the best schools. Singapore Art Museum. These are a number of museums, art galleries, and musical orchestras to celebrate the artistic culture of Singapore. National Gallery, Singapore is the flagship museum with more than 8,000 works of South Asian artists. Other important names are Singapore Art Museum, which focuses on contemporary art, and Red Dot Museum, with its love for paintings of mundane everyday objects. Remote lands, historically called New Shi Shoi or Bal Karat water, a reference to how water was transported in the area. In the 19th century, this region is, as one might expect, an exclave of Chinese culture. Most iconic are the shop houses in shades of pastel, mostly built in the 1840s following more land grant leases. Katong. Venture outside the city center and into a residential area known for its Peranakan culture and cuisine. Katong, east of the business district, Katong started out as a plantation owned by wealthy merchants in the early history of Singapore, predominantly in growing coconut and cotton. Milaying is a millaying of Malay, South Asian, Southeast Asian, and Eurasian culture and influences. The quintessential cosmopolitan Singaporean culture has transformed greatly over the years. Singapore's culture was further influenced and inspired by multiple Chinese dynasties and other Asian countries, which have eventually given shape to the eccentric and striking Singaporean culture that we see today. Music in Singapore. Singapore has a diverse music culture that range from rock and pop to folk and classical. Its various communities have their own distinct musical traditions. The Chinese form the largest ethnic group in Singapore, with Malays, Indians, as well as a smaller number of other peoples of different ethnicities, including Eurasians, the different people with their traditional forms of music, the various modern musical styles, and the fusion of different forms account for the musical diversity in the country. Sarong kebaya is a tight-fit costume which comprises of a tight blouse and a skirt of beautiful batik. Today, not only Nuna women in Singapore but also Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Myanmar take pride in wearing this traditional outfit. Moreover, this national dress of Singapore is the uniform of the stewardess of Singapore Airlines. The exquisiteness of this elegant traditional Singapore costume makes it a great alternative to modern wear, having a slim fit and appropriate cuts for comfort with a high collar made from silk or cotton. The Chinese cheongsam or kei-pao portrays the duality of modern wear as well as revives the traditional culture and identity. Baju Melayu. The male version of baju kurung is a bagay skirt with long sleeves and is worn with long trousers, usually a sampin, three-quarter or even full sarong-style garment crafted with the traditional pattern of woven materials like cane, songket, or tenon. Pahang deraha goes with this traditional dress of Singapore, which is wrapped around the mid-body section from the stomach area and it goes down to the knee or even lower. Singaporean cuisine derived from several ethnic groups which have developed through centuries of political, economic, and social changes of this cosmopolitan city-state. This is the local cuisine of Singapore. It's majorly influenced by Chinese, Malay, Indian, and Indonesian dishes. Singapore is not a cheap place to live but a very pocket-friendly place to eat, from the street stalls to alfresco cafes to the high-end restaurants. This country lives and breeds delicious mouth-watering recipes. Chinese, Indonesian, Indian, and Malay dishes are most common. Although being a cosmopolitan hub, Singapore serves all kinds of cuisines. Influences include the cuisines of the Malays, the Chinese, and the Indians, as well as Indonesian, Peranakan, and Western traditions. The three languages other than English were chosen to correspond with the major ethnic groups present in Singapore at the time. Mandarin had gained status since the introduction of Chinese medium schools. Malay was deemed the most obvious choice for the Malay community, and Tamil for the largest Indian ethnic group in Singapore. Singapore's historical roots as a trading settlement gave rise to an influx of foreign traders, and their language were slowly embedded in Singapore's modern-day linguistic repertoire. Melting pot of cultures. Singapore is home to 10 religions, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity are the primary religions of Singapore, while Zoroastrianism, Judaism, Sikhism, Jainism, and others from the monetary cluster, the Lion City is the ultimate melting pot, with the locals celebrating all festivals pompously. Irrespective of the religion they follow, it does not have a state-regulated religion, which the citizens are supposed to follow. Singaporeans are free to decide and follow any religion they like. Unlike other countries, this stands absolutely true. The Singapore religion is technically a mix of several communities. Buddha taught relic temple in Singapore. Chinese Buddhism happens to be the major religion in Singapore owing to the large population of southern Chinese immigrants and their descendants. Hinduism is also prevalent, being the faith of those with South Indian heritage. Christianity is growing quiet exponentially as a belief system, and many young Singaporeans are learning towards it.